Hello, my name is Jamel Hudson. I'm an adjunct instructor here at Hofstra University, and I also tutor in the Hofstra Writing Center.
My name's Jennifer Davis, and I'm a tutor also, and I work full-time as a learning specialist in student access services with students with disabilities.
I originally arrived to Hofstra University in the fall of 2012 on a wrestling scholarship. When I arrived here, I was very insecure about my writing and expressing my ideas on paper. I had a professor identify these writing difficulties I was having, and he suggested that I use the Writing Center as a resource. The Freed Center that we have here is a space right in our Writing Center that is primarily geared for student athletes, and it can help assist them as they go throughout their college experience.
I met Jamel in the fall of 2012, and he was a first-year student. I just right away knew how intelligent he was and so eager to learn and express himself clearly.
Freshman year, I was very insecure, didn't have confidence in my writing, but I think I worked hard, and I attribute that, I look at it in hindsight now, as my athletic career. So a lot of the attributes I learned wrestling, like that discipline, hard work, I said I wasn't a good writer, so now I gotta work on being a good writer. I kid you not, I look at my calendar, I had you scheduled like twice a week.
Absolutely, I remember.
I'd come meet you twice a week, and then I'd go from there, I'd go to practice. So I was always kind of trying to figure out how to get better and evolve as a more total human being. So not just as an athlete, because that was a stereotype I wanted to break, being just the stereotypical dumb jock. I ended up finishing my career.
That was never true.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to break those perceptions in my own mind to believe that I'm not that. And I think with your assistance, I was able to break that kind of thought process in my head and see that I could excel in the academic setting as an athlete.
Jennifer Davis had a unique style to her tutoring. She was very receptive, welcoming, embracing. She never belittled me or made me feel less than, or she really embraced my voice when I was writing.
It's far beyond anything with just the APA or the MLA or anything like that. It gets to be very deep.
I think that with you as a supplemental resource kind of assisted me in really finding that voice that we talked about, right?
Definitely.
Being able to, you never force your voice on, force your way of speaking on me. You allowed me to find my identity and kind of express that through the paper or papers I brought.
I think that we learned from each other, because just from life experience, we had a different perspective. And that was fun, so that enriched it.
I think you kind of gave me this idea how writing is very empowering, and how the idea of being able to write, and how the tutor, you being the tutor, me being the tutor, you empowered me to be confident in my writing, because originally I was very hesitant and nervous, didn't know how to really express my thoughts on paper. But I do think with your help and your expertise, I was able to grow and develop into a confident writer.
It wasn't about you're this and I'm that. It was about enriching his writing.
I think that having a relationship, a kind of connection with the tutor, trying to establish that definitely helps with the writing, because writing is very personal.
This was all about interacting and understanding different points of view.
Even when I'm working outside of the Writing Center environment or writing in general, I've learned how to really listen to other perspectives and speak and talk with individuals who don't look like me, who don't think like me, and really get a better, or try to get a better understanding of how they've reached their conclusions on topics. We're living in a time in our nation where people are talking past each other. People are very polarized, they're in their respective camps, and there's not the opportunity for us to really listen and hear other sides. So I'm thankful for the Writing Center acting as that space for me to hear someone and listen to them and say, okay, I hear your perspective, and I'm willing to hear or listen to what you have to say. So I'm really thankful for the Writing Center for helping me learn those kind of skills that I can use long after I leave this space.